Go ahead and start it. I'm Charlie Simons. This is Do Not Talk, talking about two things you're never supposed to talk about, religion and politics. It's kind of what I do. So, I'm talking with my friend Lee Fryer, and he tells me about this place that is how do you even describe what this is? I'm sitting at the Rustic Table right now. Have you ever heard of that restaurant? No, most likely not. I can't even tell you what town we're in. So I'm going to introduce you to a couple of guys who have all those answers. A couple of guys who work here. This is Justin.
Hello.
And that's Manny.
Yeah, how's it going?
Hey, buddy.
Listen, gentlemen. First of all, what the heck is this? It's a restaurant. It's a lodge. It's
Post
a getaway.
office.
It's a training. Post office, little
Post
store.
office,
You got a
yeah,
little
little
grocery
store.
store.
Yep.
Very cool little store. And we'll see all that. I'll show you all that. But there's more to it than just a place to stay and eat and all that. There's a deeper, much deeper spiritual aspect to this place that really I'm so excited about. Please tell us.
So this is actually Teen Challenge. A lot of people don't know that this place is owned by Teen Challenge. We actually got it from K-Love back in the day.
K-Love?
K-Love,
The radio station.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know. That's EMF, Educational Media Foundation, right?
Yeah. So we took this over. I believe it was 2012. This is the most success that this place has had. We're sitting at a bar. This used to be an actual bar. This place has been around since, I believe, the 40s.
Okay.
So it's had quite a bit of history.
It's got some good history.
Yeah, it's had quite a bit of history.
We're over 5,000 foot elevation.
Oh,
Are
yeah.
you open in the winter as well?
We're a mile high.
Are you open in the winter as well?
Oh yeah, we're open. What?
Really?
Yeah, all year.
All year round.
Most
year
places
round.
are not. So that's got to be some challenges.
Yeah.
But Manny, how do people come here to work here? Tell me about that.
So what it is, it's a disciple ministry program. A lot of people come here for life altering changes. Got things going on as far as addiction problems or just wanting to get close to God and rekindle the relationship or just find God in general.
Or find God in general, exactly.
Yeah. And so what this program provides is an opportunity to do that with outside distractions.
Did you start here as a student yourself?
Yes, I started here as a student.
What's your story?
So for me, I grew up and my home was broken, but at the same time, my dad was in the process of finding his relationship with God. So as a young kid, he was really strict on us going, and along the way, he kind of slid a little bit, and I lost my way. But during the years, my dad found his way back and was always trying to encourage me to come back to the Lord.
This is a Teen Challenge is for kids who have gotten into drugs, alcohol, crime. They're in trouble.
Yeah.
And this is kind of like a last resort. You either
Yeah.
go to jail or you go to Teen Challenge.
Yeah.
Do courts?
So
I mean, is that part of sentencing?
So
Hey kid, I don't want to send you to jail, but I'm going to send you to Teen Challenge?
yeah, so we actually changed the name. This is Adult and Teen Challenge because a lot of people get confused with that. So
I'm one of them.
yeah. And
Because you guys both started out as students.
Yeah.
And now you're working here.
Yeah, I came in the program at 24 years old. I'm 32 now, so I've been here for some years. And so we changed it. It's Adult and Teen Challenge. We take people 18 and up. I mean, we've had a guy that was in his 70s here with a walker.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he actually got put on the bench too.
Oh, that's funny. That's on the bench. What's that
So,
mean?
so the bench is one of the ways that we discipline. We don't really like to say discipline, but that's our way of pretty much like if you get in
Course
trouble.
correction. How about that?
Yeah.
A course correction.
Yeah. So I was on the bench a lot.
Is it like a timeout? Or is it?
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah,
time reflection with the Lord.
Yeah.
Okay. You get a Bible too, or no? You face the wall.
No, right? Yeah.
Don't
right
leave
out
that
there.
corner, Manny.
But yeah, it's just a time of reflection, with what you're doing. Like, why are you here? What are you doing?
I'd imagine you get that a lot because I don't know about you, but I was a punk kid and with a lot of attitude and a smart mouth. If I would have been told you're going to be going up into the mountains city kid. No, I'm not a city kid, but I'm just saying hypothetically. And you're going to be living there, and you're going to get your life right, and you're going to find the Lord, or else it's not really the attitude, but I'd buck.
Yeah.
I'd be totally fighting against that.
And a lot of it is like when it's through the courts. So since it's faith-based, it's not never mandated at first. You have to ask for this program.
Yeah, you
and
can.
then once you ask for it, then the court system can mandate you to complete it. But since it's faith-based, you have to choose to come here. And so a lot of guys, when they come here, they know already that they're coming, what they're getting into, what the expectations are. And in the beginning, we have a crisis time period, 30 to 45 days, to kind of let the guys get situated into the mindset.
Any runaways? How do you handle the runaways?
So
I'm quite sure that's happening.
Yeah, if they leave, they choose to leave, they leave. But they're always welcome to come back. We don't give up on people. You know what I mean? But sometimes you want the help, but sometimes you're not ready. And so and it's a sad thing that sometimes people leave before they get the full help. But they're always welcome to come back.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of
There's not a lot of places for them to go up.
Yeah.
Pretty remote.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. People still, hitchhike and they get around. They call their family. So
Yeah.
it's really like, for me, it was last resort. Like, either I get help or I die. That was.
Here's what I've learned about it, and fill in the blanks. A kid is told, you can go. Here's a choice. You can go here. Teen Challenge, you're going to be living up in the mountains, you're going to be working, you're going to be cleaning hotel rooms, basically. They have lodge rooms here. You're going to be working in the restaurant. You're going to be doing things you maybe have never done before, and they're going to train you and mentor you and coach you. And oh, by the way, you're going to be dealing with the public, because that's how you make money. That's how you keep going.
Yeah.
Because being a faith-based organization, you're not getting a dime from the state.
Right, nonprofit. So we support several centers. How many centers do we have now? 5?
It's about 5 or 6 that we're tied in. So we're based at work. So our center's tied into the Monterey Bay Teen Challenge. So our home base is in Watsonville, and then from there we have a women's center there. We have a men's center there. They operate
You
a
got to
restaurant.
separate the two.
Yeah.
You got-
But it started there, so it started under that umbrella, and then from there they've expanded to different facilities just all under Monterey Bay.
Was there always rooms up here? Or was that added later?
No, so this used to be an actual lodging and bar.
was.
Yeah, and then we just took over.
Yeah, there was actually more rooms, because this was a lot of people that were gold miners coming through. So a lot of the rooms that we sleep in have been converted, like walls have been knocked down. So there's a lot less rooms. There used to be, I think, like 20-something rooms.
The rooms are nice, and if you're thinking that like really ramshackle, it's going to be like log cabiny. We've got that all around us, but the rooms themselves very clean. I noticed all new dual pane, triple pane windows throughout. You got each room has a lock with the card key thing.
Yeah.
It's pretty fancy.
Yeah,
And the rooms are really nice.
Yeah. Our students, that's the thing too. We've remodeled our rooms, carpet, sheetrock, mudding, painting. I mean, we update. We try to update our rooms.
They're really nice. What's the cost per night?
It fluctuates between the week and the weekend. Our business manager isn't here, but
So the average room, maybe for like a regular queen size, it'd probably be like about 132 with tax. About 141 during the week. Then we have dual rooms with double beds, double queen beds. We have king size. We have 2 family rooms. One's a suite and one's just a family lodging. It just depends. You know what I mean? Just the size of the room, and then the day of the week.
Our cheapest room is what, like $90, $100?
No, it's like maybe like 120.
120.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
120.
Your restaurant's very nice. You're actually the manager. Did
Yeah.
you ever do anything like that
Restaurant
when you were
manager.
running the streets down in Motown?
No. I mean, I cooked a lot. I cooked a lot when I was high, but I mean, I never thought I would be cooking.
Meth is not included. That's
Little
not
bit of
a
that
job
too.
prerequisite.
Little bit of that too.
You're gonna run our kitchen. You better have cooked meth in an RV somewhere out in the desert. Breaking Bad. You know what I love about it? I don't see any TV screens. You might have them in the room. Well, there's one big one over there.
Yeah.
You might have them in the rooms. I don't know.
Yeah,
but-
for the customers, yeah.
Do you? Okay, but otherwise, when they come up here to get clean,
Yeah.
sober, on the right path, and learn about the Lord Jesus.
So we have chapel about 6 to 7 days a week in the morning.
Nice.
You know, we like I was telling you earlier, we have travel church on Sunday, and then once there's 3 or 4 phases to the program. Once they get into the third phase, they're able to choose a church from the travel churches that we go to. You know,
travel church.
Yeah. So
What's
it's basically
that mean?
travel means that we just go to local churches. We don't go just to one.
Okay.
Except for when you get into the third phase, towards the end of your program, then you choose the one you want to go to, and then you start going there and become part of that community.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah. And so the work part of the aspect of the program, how it works is, you know, a lot of us come here and we don't know consistency, we don't know good work ethic, and so we learn here to be consistent, find work ethic. We get trained in skills that we don't know, cooking, prepping, you know, hospitality.
You're learning skills that you can apply in your life later on.
Yeah.
Now
and so with the skills that we apply, the curriculum comes in as we're learning these things. You know, so a lot of times when we're learning these things, this is where the struggle comes in. We hit that wall, and then it's like we get to that point, like, you know, in that consistency part of our life that we're lacking, and then that's where the curriculum part comes in. We start working on the things that we need to work on. Because what do we usually do? We usually go to what's easy. You know, a drink to get rid of our problems, or just running from our problems. But it always leads down that road, right? And so that's where the curriculum part of it comes in, and we start, you know, we start identifying what those issues are, and then we start addressing them through biblical teachings. You know,
and you're so isolated here, and we're going to look around. We're going to look around definitely, because you're going to love this. This is a place for anyone to come to, but there's no alcohol here.
No.
And that's obviously by design.
Yeah.
And that's not going to change. So if you're planning on coming up here and doing a party weekend and bringing a couple of fifths and so on, keep that to yourself. Seriously. I'm not telling you not to come here, but just don't come up here with that in mind, because you're dealing with a whole lot of people here who are struggling. That's their battle, and they don't need the world coming in and going, "Oh, come on, man, it's just one shot."
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've had that, you know.
I'm sure you have.
Yeah, we don't. This place used to have a liquor license, but we never kept up, obviously. So we can't sell or have alcohol in the restaurant. But some people do drink in the rooms, you know. And we don't we don't condone it, but whoever, you know, you're gonna do what you're gonna do in your room. But our guys too, they know that, and they've had this training, you know. There's a thing we say here, freedom to fail. You know, do you want it or do you not? And quite literally, these guys are fighting for their life. Unfortunately, I've lost a lot of friends to addiction. So, you know, it's based on your individual faith. You know, I gotta care enough for not only myself but for the people that love me to fight. You know, and whoever goes to offer me a drink, I have to have the balls to say no. And that's what we're teaching these guys here, is to be able to be confronted with these things and have an identity in Christ to say, no, brother, I'm good. I've been down there. You know, you offer me, hell no. Nope. I've been there. I've been there. I've been around the block.
It didn't work well.
No.
I don't want to do that again.
No, got me in a program, you know, fighting for my life. So
Yeah.
I'm good.
My story, when I turned 31 was when I got saved, but before that I had been living like a rock star. A lot of cocaine, a lot of alcohol, a lot of everything. And I had the money and doing extremely well. And my story is the opposite of most, in that I didn't hit rock bottom, then found the Lord. I found the Lord, then hit rock bottom.
Oh, wow.
Because I lost my job, because I became a Christian and everything. But there was a thing called City Team Ministries.
Yeah. So we worked with them. Our director actually used to work with them. One of the facilities that we have is a Maymac, and then it's owned by City Team, but we actually do we man the place for them.
I love them.
Yeah. So we work with them in some areas.
They're amazing.
Yeah, our director, his daughter is one of the main members that help operate the City Team in this area, in the San Jose area.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're real familiar with them.
Saved my life, brother.
Yeah.
It really did. Because otherwise, I could have easily gone right back into bad association spoils useful habits, as the word tells us.
Yeah.
It would have been so easy to go right back to that, even after I got saved. And then what would have changed?
Yeah.
But because I lost that job, because I lost everything, I'm volunteering at the city team ministry so I can eat twice a day. And because of that, I was removed completely from that life and that world. And it was starting over. It was an absolute starting over. And only this time in victory in Christ Jesus. So when my friend Lee Fryer told me about what you all are doing here, I was excited to find out more about it. And I love it. The facilities look great. You all have kept it up really well.
Thank you.
We're going to go look around at it if you don't mind. But is there anything else you want to? First of all, what's it called? How do we find you?
Okay, so
I never even heard of you guys.
So Teen Challenge is international, it's worldwide. But if you want to find one of our facilities, specifically, you can look us up. Teen Challenge Monterey Bay, Monterey Bay, right? And
no, I'm talking about here.
Here, so we're up here at Immigrant Gap, right between Auburn and Truckee. You know, it's right off the side of the freeway. You can look us up, Immigrant Gap, California. It's just a stop, get off the freeway. A lot of people just know us through the winter sometimes from traffic just being held up and getting redirected. They come here and then it could be kind of
like,
spread
what's
word of
this
mouth.
place?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we get a lot of business. You know, me myself, I found out about this place through my stepmother. She did the program, and then told me about this place. And then it took me 8 years to finally come to my senses. You know, lost in my mess to kind of just really give
Now,
in.
does that mean you just drove up here, or
No,
somebody drove you up here and dropped you off?
So her doing the program, she was a staff member also at the Women's Center, and then she got in contact with the crisis, the intake in Monterey, in Watsonville, and then I was in jail. So her and my lawyer kind of coordinated for me to get.
You were in jail.
Yes.
You'd already been convicted, and
No. So the day
No.
the day I called to tell her I was ready to come to the program, I got arrested. You know. And you know that was kind of a good thing because it allowed me to get some clean time, and so you know,
It's great. I got to go to jail so I can clean
yeah,
up.
yeah, because you know sometimes we want things, but when we're in our addiction, we're not consistent. We don't follow through with things, so it allowed me to follow through. So during that time, she got a hold of my lawyer, and then they got a hold of the intake, and then through the court system got me sent to Watsonville. But I wanted to come to this place. She told me about this place. She had come up here once.
But that's somebody who knew about it, though.
Yeah, no. So the director, he oversees all the facilities to Monterey Bay, and he basically decides what centers you go to, where can you get the best help, where are you gonna fit, because every center is a little bit different as far as the
So
work.
how many are there? How many challenges are there then?
So Teen Challenges all over
the
US.
world.
Yeah.
I mean, they've
Really?
we've been going. The organization has been going for over 60 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're
Where have I
literally
been?
all over. I mean, in Hawaii and just everywhere.
I know
So-
about the Grizzly Youth Academy.
Yeah.
I do actually, in a roundabout way, work with them.
Yeah.
And that's much more militaristic.
Yeah.
And people get, you have your choice. I
Yeah.
mean, that is presented as a choice.
Yeah.
You're going to go to jail, or you can go learn how to be a soldier.
Yeah.
Those are your choices.
Yeah.
But because you are nonprofit, and especially being Christian based in this state of California, they can't even bring you up. So somebody has to know about you. How did you find out about it, Justin, when you got in trouble?
So I was, I was very against any kind of AA, any kind of help, really. I got kicked out, and I was on the street. And about this time, my parents were like, "Hey, why don't you come home and let's get you out of Newman." I was in Newman, California, running the streets. Like I said, hanging out with gangbangers, doing drugs, selling drugs. So they got me out of Newman, and I was in back in Oakdale, California, and I was miserable. I was stealing from my parents. I was getting high. I was doing everything that I shouldn't be doing, and I kept hearing about Teen Challenge on.
So you,
on Caleb.
unlike Manny, you did not get arrested then. You didn't get busted.
I was going there. I mean, at the end of my, so that's the thing is,
So you were just a better criminal than Manny.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. But I mean, my people were getting locked up for me. I mean, I left.
Locked up for me.
I left. So this is the thing is, I relapsed. Right, I went back to Newman, and then I got a ride, and then I was stranded out in Kentucky for 6 months, where people were making meth, moonshine, shooting at each other, the whole 9 yards. We were selling guns. So about that time, everybody around me was getting locked up, and I was like, if I don't get out of here, I thought I did too many drugs. I shot up, and I was hearing things that weren't there, and I'm like days after using drugs, and I'm still tripping. And I'm like, oh my God.
When you say shooting up,
shooting meth.
Heroin? Meth, okay.
Yeah. And I mean, one night I shot meth. I was doing Xanax. I did cocaine.
My brother, who I lost in 2017, booze and meth, died young, killed himself. He would have these visions, and he had a little yellow bird in one of his meth visions fly to him and tell him that he was that he was God, and that everybody has it wrong. God is actually this little yellow bird, and by that time he was so far gone, because it fries your DNA.
Oh yeah, it affects everything.
You don't really come back. I know
your body
jacks up your body, jacks up your brain, and so he starts carving these little yellow birds, painting them all yellow, and he starts making these little idols.
Oh wow!
Everywhere.
Yeah.
That became his God.
Yeah, I seen a lot of
and I
satanic
mourned
things.
for him. I prayed over him when he was in the hospital in his 5th diabetic coma, alcohol-induced. I was casting out evil, man. I didn't care who was in that room. I prayed over him. I prayed for him, and I begged the Lord to save him. And I prayed the prayer with him. And I said, if it's true, you can hear me in your subconscious. All you have to do is say yes. Accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior. I pray he did, because I'd like to see him again. But I'm so glad that you guys made it out of that.
Yeah,
I love that you're mentoring others
Yeah.
who are already there. You've probably heard stories worse than your own too, haven't you?
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's like, for me, like my dad too, he's gone through his addiction. My stepmother, and I grew up in a culture setting where, going to prison, doing those things, living that life was okay. And I just finally was tired, and I knew that, there had to be something more than just this.
Amen.
And my dad tells me now, the things that I've gone through, the things that I'm going through, I use those things to help people like me in my situations. Whatever God put me out of, I have to use in order to help other people just like me to understand that, there's more to life than just.
You guys are living the Timothy program. You're Paul.
Amen. Yeah, no, I definitely feel like Paul.
You're Paul. You were rescued from that life.
Yeah.
And now you're mentoring.
Yeah, and luckily I had a praying mom. So my mom knew when I would hit another level of drug use that, she was like, so she drove to Kentucky to come get me. So she drove over 5,000 miles to come get me, and she had to take me to the hospital before even taking me into the program because I was that jacked up. But yeah, she knew. She's like, he's gonna die. He's gonna die. I gotta go get him. And like I said, I had a night where I was doing Special K, which is a horse tranquilizer, meth, cocaine, Xanax, pot. I probably did like 10 things. I snorted meth, smoked it, and then I banged it, shot it. I almost fell on the ground. My eyes rolling in the back of my head. It was crazy. And so I was so beat. I was so beat. God allowed me to come to the point where I was just completely broken. I have nothing. My pride gone. All the fakeness, all the mask I would wear, all the costumes I dress up in, he burned it all in front of me. I had nothing. My mind was broken. I could barely hold a conversation with somebody. So I was like, screw it, I'll go. I got nothing else, and that's what it came to. This can't get any worse. So I was like, fine, I'll go. If you come and get me, I'll go. And I tried to get out of it, but I was like, I've been so messed up to my mom. My mom's always been a praying mom. She's always prayed for me and tried to reach out to me in my mess. And so I said, okay, fine, I'll go. And it was the best thing. And I heard about Teen Challenge from Caleb when they would give like little testimonies. And then at my church, which is the house in Modesto that I used to go to, they told me about it, like Teen Challenge. So we all go to Monterey Bay. That's where we start off at, the Paro Men's Center. And then, we both got sent up here. But Yeah, I was fighting it. I was going through it. You know, I was probably crying every day because drugs was like a best friend, and I lost a best friend. You know, I was wrapped up, and God has put me through this this program, and you know, this program can be very challenging. I mean, it's supposed to be the hardest thing you do, really. And the main reason is because we have to change, you know, not modify our behavior, but really actually change.
The whole I see with AA and NA, Narcotics Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous, is they keep talking about the higher power, but the higher power has a name, and that higher power died for us and was resurrected 3 days later. And he himself said, "No one comes to the Father except through me." Those are Jesus' words. I believe that. There's a higher power, but that higher power has a name. But all these programs that kind of try and replicate what you do, God is kind of kept out of it. In a roundabout way, what's a higher power? Could be a little yellow bird, couldn't it now? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love what you're doing.
Yeah.
I love that. There's a big painting of Christ over there. Artist rendition, of course. You can't really see it from here.
Yeah.
But obviously, God's presence is here.
And a lot of it too is from the community, right? And so, you know, coming up here, you know, you're unsure at times, but it makes it so much easier when the community up here, like, you know, just receives you. They come here. The local pastors do our chapels in the morning.
Oh, that's
awesome. We got the ladies that come up, and we have Diane, just her right now, but they come up on Fridays. They love on us. The guys got appointments sometimes, and the staff aren't able to take them. They take them. You know, when they need a ride for church, they come. You know, and so they're always constantly loving on us, right? And I was speaking to one of the girls at the women's center, and I was telling her, you know, down in Wattsville, and I was going to my home church on Saturdays. I would go and cook, do the men's breakfast, and I was telling her, like, you know, I'd go there, and you know, before I would have felt so out of place. I'm the only guy there with tattoos on his face. I'm there with the ex fire chief, police chief, and before I'd have felt so out of place. But because of our identity in Christ and going through this experience up here, being welcome in the community, like, you know, I know I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be at, right? You know, we all share one thing in common. You know, we're all children of God, right? We're all called for the same thing, and you know, a lot of times when we don't have that sense of community, we feel so out of place. And so, like, you know, so going through this experience and knowing what it is now, like, it's almost like, you know, if once you know, there's not knowing, right? So it's up to us to let the guys know, like, hey, every day we got to choose this life. We got to choose, and it's up to us to let other people know it's okay to do what we're doing. Like, you know, this is what God set out the church to be. You know, it's not just going to this place and every day what we do, we got to have people feel welcome. Let them know it's okay, that you're in a safe place. This is where God has us at.
Manny, Justin, and the rest of the staff and crew here at Teen and Adult Challenge. One more time, for anybody who wants to help, wants to support, wants to come up and stay here. I mean, actually have a great getaway up in the mountains. We're a mile high, like you said. We're over 5,000 feet up.
So we have two names for our business, because it's two businesses. So we have Sierra Woods Lodge, which is our lodge.
That's it, Sierra Woods.
And then we have the Rustic Table, which is the restaurant. And we are at 43440 Lang Road, Immigrant Gap, California, 95715. And most people, when you say we're by Nyack, for some reason, a lot of people know where Nyack is.
The truck stop.
We're like, We're the next exit up, and they go, oh, okay, we passed it.
And then you can always call up too. The number's 530-389-8900, and then
I say that again more slowly. 530 area code.
530-389-8900, and then there's a directory, and it also gives you an option to get a plug straight into Teen Challenge. If you have any questions besides just the restaurant and the lodging, to get help for anyone, we'll be happy to help you out.
Oh, I love that. Awesome. And how open every day?
Every day.
7 days a week.
7 days a week,
Yep, on the
come up here and have a
weekdays.
meal. You're going to love what I'm about to show you about the surrounding area. Really amazing.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So on the weekdays we're open from 7 to 8, and then weekends 7 to 9. every day.
All right.
We never
Brothers?
close. Yep. Yep.
All right. Brothers?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Don't stop that because don't stop yet because I'm going to show you now what it's like outside and around here on Do Not Talk. Don't stop the camera. I'll edit that. Thank you, brothers. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Really well done.
Yeah. I'd love to see the finished product too.
Well, here's my card with the address and my Rumble channel.
All right.
And my contact information, except the email is not working right now because I'm getting a new website.
Okay.
Okay.
Hopefully,
Thank
Lord
you,
willing.
brother.
Thank
But
you
my
so
phone
much.
number's good. I'm going to leave that stuff right here. I'll be right back, okay?
All right.
This used to be the bar. Now it's a coffee bar. Are these homemade desserts? Quit it. Those aren't in particular.
All our food though is.
There you go. Rustic Table is the name of the restaurant. Sierra Woods Lodge. Obviously, where the rooms are. See what I'm talking about? God's presence everywhere. Even making the tea in restrooms across. And this is the painting I was telling you about. Isn't that amazing? Even got a piano here because they hold religious services here in this room, and with a little pulpit. It's adorable. Howdy. This is just one of the decks outside the restaurant here. I'm going to show you the restaurant right now. Do you guys have this fireplace going in the winter? Awesome. That's awesome. We do not make fast food. We make nutritious, healthy food as fast as we can. Mmm. That's the restaurant. Isn't that cool? I'm gonna take you outside. There it is. The rustic table. Worth the drive up here. Worth it. With a beautiful American flag right out front. Awesome. And open, as you just heard, 7 days a week. So if they open it, what did he say, 7 a.m.? They got breakfast. It'd be a great place to have breakfast. Come on up, do a little hiking. You hear that freeway noise? That's 80 right over there. I'll bet. Here's some of the rooms I was telling you about. Nice. Nice rooms. Worth it. Watch this. Okay, you're staying in one of them. Let's see your room number 4. Okay? Look at this. How awesome this is. Room number 6. Got this chaise lounge right out here. And this view. Let's go down further. even know about this place? I didn't. I'd never even heard of it. I'm so glad I know about it now. I'll definitely be coming back. I want to stay here. This would be a great getaway. Let's see what kind of shot I can get. There we go. I really love this place. I didn't know it's faith-based, Christian organization. I want to get involved with them. Fantastic. Fantastic. And you don't even really need anything. If it's just on a whim, I'm going to go up there and I'm going to stay, or I'm just going to have dinner there, whatever. They have a little grocery store here and a post office. And this is your backyard. With an actual stage. I bet they do some great stuff here. Music outside, some shows, church service. I'm so glad my friend introduced me to this. Lee Fryer is his name. And he does work for them. A lot of work for them. He starts telling me about this and what they do, and I said, I gotta know more. Thanks for coming along with me. I'm Charlie Simons. Do Not Talk.